Knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears.
Yeah. What's shaking, everybody? Tell a friend that it's him again, J King, the one, J King, back with some more crazy. So, if you've been living under a rock in the past several months, Papoose and Remy Ma, they've been going through this crazy, nasty, toxic, ugly, messy divorce. It's a sad situation, but you know what? We here for the crazy. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Everybody who know me, let's keep it 100. Everybody who know me, you know I don't do this. I don't do none of this corniness. Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. Everybody who know me, y'all know my style. She came on here claiming that, everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing.
Speak your truth,
homie. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she tried to put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. With the lane, the reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lane later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter, when ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual.
Damn sure do.
She did not allow me to see my daughter since this first transpired at the end of last year.
Weaponization of a child, that's a dangerous game.
Blatantly, I went to pick my daughter up from school. When I went to pick my daughter up from school, Diamond was picking my daughter up because that's who has my daughter all the time. And that was one of the biggest issues I had with her, because all my daughter know is mommy and daddy. She was raised with both parents. That's all she know.
So a Diamond that's a part-time job. Like the Diamond sound like it's her full-time job. Like it'll be sliding up and down aluminum poles. So her part-time job is babysitting Remy's kid. Let me find out.
From day one, since the womb, our entire lives has been documented. What goes on with these celebrities is they like when y'all come on their page and y'all like their posts. They like when y'all spend y'all money on their concerts, on their music. They like when y'all make them rich. So y'all become fans and y'all follow the journey of these celebrities for years and years and years, right? As y'all follow the journey of these celebrities, you basically become a part of their life because you've been following them for 10 years, 15 years sometimes. You've been a fan of a celebrity or artist. But soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do.
That's true.
They know you y'all know us very well.
That's
and the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated,
There's receipts.
Watch me visit her every day for a year straight.
The receipts
Watch
are real.
me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison.
Yo, regardless of how you feel about Papoose or whatever, whether you like him or whether whether you're a fan or not, yo, you can't deny this man really truly held Shorty down. You know what I mean? Remy, he held you down to the maximum, to the max. More than any dude that I know would have, you know what I'm saying, personally, I personally know would have held you down. And I'm proud, I'm willing to bet if you know say if you answered honestly, you would probably say, yo, Papoose did more for me than any man than you know what I'm saying that you ever come across. Like for real.
Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the Queen is coming, the return of the Queen, right? All the fans witnessed her come home, witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony, followed our entire journey.
That's
never
true.
trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram.
The receipts are real.
You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We'll get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school.
Diamond?
And I notified her, hey, you know, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, and I mean, show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child. And I had to go take care of something that day, so after I seen my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been going on, I hadn't seen her in a little while. After I left, I think the next day or next two went by, she contacted me.
Yo, you could see the pain in his face as he's telling this story. Like, I mean, don't just listen to the words. Look at his face. Look at his expressions. Look at his expression as he's telling his side. This is painful for brother. This is painful. Like, this dude is like, you know what I mean, doing this to him. For him doing this, this man is like completely making himself vulnerable and letting his guard down. Just telling this story. Look at his face when he's telling this. The pain in his face.
Hey, you haven't seen your daughter since New Year's. I said, excuse me? I just seen my daughter yesterday. I just picked her up from school. What are you talking about? She didn't even know that I seen my daughter. You know why? Because she's never there with my daughter. She is never there with my child. And it's crazy that you have the audacity to open your mouth and say that I haven't seen my daughter. Not only due to the fact that you didn't allow me to see her, since I finally got tired of your lies, tired of your narcissism and moved on, but the fact that while you was running out here cheating with this lame, not only cheating with this lame, you allowed him to destroy your entire life. You use all of your talk, this money talk. You use all of your money. I want y'all to know this, because I know a lot of people. I don't want to come across as I'm upset, but you know what? I am upset. You know why I'm upset? Because you mentioned my children.
I'm
you have the audacity to mention my children.
You got the right to be upset.
You have the audacity. Can y'all hear me? Because some people complaining about the audio.
Yeah, the audio was messed up for a little bit.
Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now?
The audio was muffled for a little bit.
If you can hear me, let me know. There's a few people saying they can't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm not covering the mic. Y'all saying I'm covering the mic. I let it go now.
Yeah, it was muffled for a little bit.
It's good? Brooklyn Jad in here. Jad, can you hear me? Cause you, all right, now yes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, for those who just came on the live, everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything.
That's true.
Even when I got stabbed in my back.
That's true.
Even when I got stabbed in my back by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, was super loyal to, I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people in your path, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's bitter. She's miserable. Yeah, that's a fact. But you mentioned my children, and that I'm not letting ride. So with that being said, you abandoned my child for months, for days at a time. Knowing she had to go to school the next day, knowing I had to go to work the next day, since you want to get up on you and say, oh, you don't have a job. Because you know, when I got the executive position at TuneCore initially, knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears. Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth.
I could believe that.
And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me, and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs, and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pat behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all?
Yo, her lyrical game definitely did get more sharp. Like her lyrical game got more on point. I ain't gonna hold you. Like her lyrics definitely, like, you know what I'm saying, improved and shit. So that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. If you listen to her rhymes and everything, you listen to Papoose rhymes and everything, when she came home, her shit was more on point.
I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win.
That's
wrote
true.
The rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricate these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that.
That makes sense, cause like, you know what I mean? Like, he already had, like, you gotta think about it, like, let's reflect on the timeline. She was locked up for, I forget how many years, but during the entire time she was locked up, he was holding it down. So he already had an established foundation as far as outside of the world. So it makes sense that everything would be in his name, everything would be paid for by him. That makes complete sense.
If you analyze her life, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager.
That's true. He's always been talking about, matter of fact, if I remember correctly, he got a line. If I remember one of his old things, I can't remember what song is, how the line go, but he said something about black love and how he appreciates it and how that's the wave. Like, it might have been in more than one song, but there's one song in particular that I'm thinking about. Is like one, I can't remember the song or can't remember like how the verse went, but yeah, he's definitely into black love.
So I've represented that since I came to the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I gotta remember. So, first and foremost, very bipolar very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you.
Typical.
She will post that live, and she'll say later, I didn't do that.
Typical.
I wasn't on live.
That's typical.
You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you, and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she was stooped that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, yo, it's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga?
And once you figured it out, bruh, I get it. You know what I mean? You're a family man. You cherish family. You cherish a family structure. I get it. But you know what I'm saying? Just like, and it's not just, I'm not saying it's just for Papoose. This is for any man, like, in Papoose situation. Look, I get it. The family structure is important. It's extremely important. But it doesn't mean that you have like, for as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't mean that you should have to get rid of your standards or become less of a man or a person because you're focused on a family structure under the same roof. Like, dude, you got to think about your own mentality. You got to think about your own emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not selfish, but it's just make sure if you're not right, if you're not mentally and emotionally and spiritually, you're not going to be right for your family. You know what I mean? So all this that you forgiving your wife for giving that toto away or whatever to other people and everything. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make it work, but if she's not putting the same energy and effort into making it work, all you're doing, all your efforts, they're falling on deaf ears. Like, real rap. Like it's all for nothing. It's all a facade. Like, you putting your best foot forward, but meanwhile you carrying the weight. You're carrying the dead weight of your partner. Like, brother, like, and it's not just Papoose. It's a lot of men brothers out here. We got, you know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, stop letting Toto control your life. Stop letting Toto freaking, you know what I mean, coming to your decision making. Stop doing that. Like, for real. You ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself and your family. You say, if you have one with the shorty.
Because, you know, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I gotta see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research.
Investigation, that's all I mean. He was investigating. he got his PI, he got his private eye on. That's all that means.
As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I found out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife.
See, there is a difference. That's a very big difference. Like, see, I can respect that. Don't come, you know, saying one of my brothers are like, yo, son, she was cheating me, so I wowed her. Nah, son, you bugging. But if it's a situation where, like, yo, you know the dude or whatever, and he's, you know what I'm saying, whatever, it's supposed to be a respect, it's supposed to be a boundary, and you cross that boundary, yeah, you get it. You can get it, brother. You get it all day. You can get it. For real.
It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him?
Trying to play it off.
Why him out of all people?
Trying to play it
not
off.
Not Goods? Not Hitman?
Whoa. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna slide past it. Like, I just didn't hear what you just said, bro. So wait a minute. So when you confronted her about one dude, like one specific dude that you had proof and evidence and the ultimate confidence that she was cheating on, she was cheating with. She actually gave you the options of 2 other dudes that could have been. Wow. So wait a minute. So it's like, all right, babe, like, yo, why you cheating on me with this dude? What? Him? I don't know nothing about him. What you mean you don't know nothing about the side dude 2 and side dude 3? Oh, wow. For what? Yo, listen. Nigga, you better than me, brother. You better than me.
My word is my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame.
She basically told you she's dealing with 2 other niggas too, bro. Yo, I love you, brother. I got nothing but love for you, my nigga. But you should, like, son, dog, you should have cut your losses, bro.
I know it. First and foremost, how I first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth, and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connected a couple more dots. I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sicker for health. Sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse, or death do us part. So you try to work through things.
To see that, I respect that, and I can really appreciate what you just said. But you understand, like, the thing about wedding vows is they work both ways. Both parties give wedding vows. You'll say the man and the woman, the groom and the bride, the man, the husband and the wife. They both give wedding vows. So I get it, and I respect that, brother. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's also a flip side to it. Your woman, your counterpart, your partner has to value, has to cherish and value those same the vows the same way you do. The same way you do.
Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I find out she cheating with the lane. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy.
I dig it.
We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story, like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same, but when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes.
Them Love and Hip Hop days, everybody got a good glimpse and yeah, for real, like the ratchetness, the toxicity. But look, I'm gonna say my opinions on you know what I mean, on Papoose and everything, like as far as his role in this, but yeah. But it was definitely on display. Them Love and Hip Hop days when she came on.
I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. Till she graduates high school, college, get her degrees. I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out. She said, Pat, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. Mm-hmm. So I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up. After this event,
yo, it sounds like yo, Papoose is really trying to save Remy from herself. Like, this is what I'm saying, like, for real. And this is what a lot of men do. Like, when real men, they will save a woman from this, or at least a try. They will try to save. They will try to, like, we'll try to save you from yourself. You know what I'm saying? When we into you, we like you, we love you, we mess with you, like I'm saying, we locked in with you, we will absolutely we will move mountains to save you from yourself.
You're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pat, because I told Rim back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated. You know what I'm saying? And what I noticed when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time.
He's trolling you.
I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Damn. Feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him. Don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm going to go to the event. I'm going to fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone. Right? I go to the event. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage, stayed in the crowd, fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lame.
Your daughter was at
Went home with the lame.
Well, you went home to your daughter.
Okay. She came home. She went home with the lane, stayed out all night, came home probably like the next morning. When she came home, after that, the baby is there. I ain't tripped. Kept it moving, kept raising my daughter, kept it pushing. A couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. I reach out to the therapist, let her know what transpired. We went to the event, everything was everything. After those couple days, me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. You know what I'm saying? It's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's two beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever.
Hold up. For a man and a woman to be, you know what I'm saying, to share a bed, a bedroom, a couple, you know what I mean? And then their child, their kid, sleeps in that bed with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That kid, like, understand something. That kid is being used as a roadblock. Like, it really is. Like, it's a barrier. Like, don't touch me and I won't touch you. Like, this is like our kid is here, we're not doing nothing. Like that kid is the ultimate C block. Like that, like for real, like that. And maybe he didn't, like maybe he wasn't interested. Like, you know what I'm saying, her cheating on him is like, all right, whatever. Like I ain't even interested in doing those type of activities with you. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know what I'm saying, that could be the case. But to have like to make sure that that child, daughter or son, is planted smack dead in the middle of two grown adults who's, you know, who like, you know, who enjoy extracurricular activities. Hell, the extracurricular activity is what created the kid that they got planted in the middle of them. It's over. It's a wrap. It's muerto. This situation is muerto. You gotta listen. It's time to move on. I don't know why he would do, like, look, he explained it. He's a family man. I get it. But look, at some point, men, like, we gotta start realizing, listen, cut your losses. This is a done deal. Not only is she cheating on you, but now you have a human roadblock. That's your child. That's a child that you both share, and this is a human roadblock, aka a human C block. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure y'all can figure out what the C is. Figure out what the C means. A C block. Like, I don't want to, you know, put it on. But this is the ultimate. This is ultimate blocking right here. This relationship is over. There's nothing else to talk about. Let's cut our losses. We figure out, you know what I mean? Figure out what we're gonna do from here on out. From, you know, as far as taking care of the kid and everything. But this is a done deal. This is what though right here. This is right, yo. I don't even understand why any man would put themselves through something like this. I get it. You're a family man, but nah, yeah, you bugging.
So me and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. I wake up, it's just me and my daughter in the bed.
2 beds. 2 separate beds in the bedroom, y'all. I don't know if anybody, you know what I'm saying, like, y'all used to watch All in the Family or whatever, all them old school TV shows, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, from the 60s, 70s, all them old, your great-grandparents, and how they, you know what I mean, how they conducted themselves in the bedroom. 2 beds. The husband slept in one bed, wife slept in another. And only time they met up in the same bed was to do some, you know, some nasty. That's crazy. In 2022, he said it was, you got 2 young, black, healthy adults, man and woman, heterosexual, you know what I mean, trying to conform a union, and they not even sleeping in the same bed. Let that sink in. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that sink in for a minute.
So I get up, I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed, and as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. She on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This what you doing in here? This is what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lame.
She didn't even have the decency and respect to go into another room.
Move forward from that. Another battle comes up. The lame not on the card. He's not on the card. It's just another event. But mind you, like I told y'all previously, I'm there for my daughter. I'm there being a father. I'm not going to allow the situation to take me away from my child. So what I did was kept raising my daughter. Even though I know that she's a narcissist, very contradictive, very bipolar, I said, you know what? I'm going to keep raising my daughter. I'm not going to let this situation to remove me from under the roof of my child. I kept raising my daughter, taking my daughter to school every single day, doing everything a father's supposed to do.
I will say this, though, before I let him finish. A father should not have to battle to be a father. It should not be a battle. It should not be a war just to be a father to their children. Like, that's when things start to go awry. That's when things start to go wrong. That's when you know what I mean? Like a man's you deflate the air out of a man's tire real quick when it should. That's not how it's supposed to be. Like, if things don't work out between 2 consenting adults, that's okay. Listen, you do you. Let me do my fatherly thing. That's it.
In the process of me raising my daughter, another event is coming up later on down the line. The lane is not on the card. Okay, she has the event. I'm going to the event because I go to all the events. I'm going to the event, but I'm hoping the lane ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to really put my hands on them. Cool. I'm getting dressed. She leave. They start the event. I'm still at the crib. I get dressed. I go to the... matter of fact, I can't even put that out there. Anyway, let me just say this. I found...
Listen to what he's describing. They're married. They're still married at this point. What he's describing. They're still legally, you know, there's a union, there's a bond. They're both probably still wearing their wedding rings. He's describing two married couples getting dressed and getting ready, you know, at the same time under the same roof, getting ready to hit the town and go to an event, right? But meanwhile, this event that they're both going to, they're not going there together, and they're going there to support one another. But they're going to the same event. Like, yo, understand something. Like, these games and all that, it's not for me. I would never, like, I'm cutting my losses. Like, real rap. Because I understand, like, my mental health is more important than any of this. Like, forget all that. But what he's describing is absolute madness. And if you a dude or a female that goes through this type of stuff, all this type of crap, cut your losses. For real. I don't, male, female, I don't care. Black, white, I don't care. Cut your freaking losses. Understand something. Stop trying to, like, understand fighting, you know what I mean? You fighting for your family to a certain extent, but understand something. You can't force anybody to be something that they don't want to be. And obviously she didn't want to be a wife. She didn't want to be a real wife, a real mother, a real tradition. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't want any of those things. She got somebody to hold her down while she was locked up. She used them, abused them, had a family with the dude, and you know what I mean. Now she you know what I mean. She decided to she wanted to give that thought to the whole rap industry. Look, cut your losses, fellas. Like, for real, fellas, we need to start cut your losses. It sucks, but you know what? You're doing yourself a favor. Save yourself.
Out the lane was there. I said, she gotta be kidding. I done told you I'm gonna put this nigga down, and you bring him to the event. I done told you numerous times, when I catch this nigga, I'm gonna put him down. Mind you, I finds out she got an apartment 40 minutes away from our crib, where she lays up with the lane, leaves and says she's going to work, leaves, say she's going to do this and do that, but she goes to the crib. I've been there. I can actually give y'all the address.
She was testing your crib.
She got this. She got another crib, and shout to. I don't even want to put this nigga under the bus, man. But this another individual who was married and got a crib not too far from the home of his family. But I ain't gonna put him out there. But she did the same thing, which was weirdo shit.
Damn, son.
So anyway, I go to the event. Now I already know I'm coming there. I'm putting this nigga down. I'm gonna be honest with you. Truthfully, I really wanted to really hurt him. But I decided at the last minute, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just put my hands on this nigga. I get to the
Don't throw your life away over some sucker ass dude. For real. Alright, we got audio problems with Papoose's joint. There's audio issues. Alright, so look, yo, Papoose is having an audio issue. You know what I'm saying? His audio, like, you know what I mean, it conked out or whatever. So he did a second video. We're gonna find that video. We're gonna bring it to you. Yo, so listen. So what y'all think about what he said so far? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a second half to this video. I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna post it for y'all. But yo, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this first video. Is Remy Ma wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, is Papoose wrong? Is he overreacting? Is it not as big of a deal as what he think it is? Like, let me know what y'all think. Yo, I'm J King the One. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. One.